Hi everyone, it's Coffee with Kellie Tomney and we have Tashi with us from TwoSpace today, which is amazing. And we're going to learn a little bit about his whole story in a snippet, but just learn a bit more around how he's got to this point today as a founder, and what are some of the learnings that you've had. And we're actually in one of the amazing spaces today as well, which is great. So how did you get to TwoSpace, and
Oh,
what was the journey?
that's a good question. I
Yeah.
think so. So I've actually been doing ever since straight out of school and uni. I've really been working for myself doing startups. A bunch of them failed. A bunch of them were just early stage ideas. The two space concept came about because um, I moved away. I was born in Sydney.
Right.
Then I went to Asia for about 6 years to do startups. And then I recently came back about a year and a half ago. And one thing I realized, first of all, Sydney's moving in the direction of a very tech-savvy startup kind of culture city.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing City of Sydney like promoting how, that a Tech Sydney action plan and how you've got great communities and organizations out there like Tech Sydney and all these startups and co-working spaces. And I even hear like counselors saying the key to innovation is access to workspace and also communities.
Yes.
And then also at the same time, when walking around certain areas in Sydney, I see, and I have some friends who own restaurants, a lot of these really beautiful places shutting down because they, don't have foot traffic, or they're only open certain hours of the day or nighttime. So it was just one of those situations where I had two pain points close to home. One because I've been in startups, and second because I have friends in food service, and I also have a family stall in Paddington. We've been doing food there for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So to try and answer the question, we just tried to fuse these two to see how it would work. And to be honest, the first time we did it, it was a complete pet project piece of fun. One venue, but it was received so well. So we put it out to the Sydney community and to a Facebook community group called Sydney Startups, and the way it was received was uncanny. It was over 300, 400 likes with 80 comments, 50 shares, all that kind of stuff, all positive. So we're like, okay, well,
something.
yeah, the community wants something like this.
Yeah. Good testing, definitely.
Yeah. I think you see the sharing economy booming. I feel like everything's going to be shared in 10 years. You see it applied to all sorts of industries, from cars to homes to even cooking and kitchens.
Yeah.
So why not space when it's something that you're running out of and is very valuable. And when you start playing with the idea of sharing space, then you can start playing with the idea of having affordable, workspace, because you're not trying to accommodate one area as one use, as an office. If you share it as a restaurant and an office, like the concept we're trying to do now, you're able to share that burden on how you pay off that space, and then that allows us to kind of make these really unique, creative spots for people to work from.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the new space is coming on all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm impressed by it. It's just a really good energy in here, and fantastic for people that are, a lot of the times you're wanting to just be around the right energy, and just sort of, sometimes you're doing this on your own, or you're just a small team. So how fantastic, and a win-win, absolutely win-win for the space, and then for people in it. The community is great.
Yeah, it was really tough at the start.
Okay.
So I went to about I think 50 venues, and they were all like, sounds cool, but come back to me when you've actually done it, because at the end of the day, we are in, if you look around the corner, there's an open bar, which isn't open right now, but I mean, there's alcohol out there.
We're trusted.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of trust with this concept.
Yeah.
And I think in the spirit of building the community, each of the venues that we pop up, and we have a host there to encourage kind of people to talk and to work together, but it's very relaxed as well. I mean,
that's a difference I've noticed too.
Yeah, it's very chill. And we have such amazing people here today. Around over there, we have the head of innovation at Optus, and we've got some other startups and entrepreneurs here. And afterwards, we're all planning on going to a pitch night together. after maybe a beer, because we'll just go downstairs where the bar's open.
Yeah.
It's opened. This idea, this concept, is only 2 months old. We've only opened 2 months ago. So it's
Yeah.
exciting because when we have people come in to use the space,
Yes.
we share the passion of just starting. It's like,
That's great.
we're like, hey man,
It's live.
we started this 2 months ago. Like,
Exactly.
if you're starting something, we're in the same boat. So help me, and I'll help you, and we'll all help. It's actually what we've been building the last 2 months is like
Well done.
a network of people wanting to just get started. I think that's
Yeah.
we are a startup in itself.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think that's and that ability to you're doing it, which is great.
Yeah, no.
Do you think I can get a plug where I'm sitting?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can definitely hook you up. Is that cool?